Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, it's for those days when you list for something lekker but you just don't know what it is. And today we're going to be making some masala prawn curry. Start off by adding some oil and butter to a heated pan. Just make sure it's not too hot, because as you can see here, the pan was a bit too hot. There's also no specific measurement to this. You can never add too much butter. Now once your butter is melted, you're gonna add one chopped onion and cook it until it's nice and golden. I'm cooking on a medium heat. The pan is still a bit hot, but it does cool down after a while, so don't rush this process. Let your onions cook down nicely and color slowly, because you don't want to burn them. Now once your onions have browned, you're gonna add 2 teaspoons of leaf masala, 2 teaspoons of Kashmiri masala, 1 teaspoon of paprika and 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper. If you like it more on the spicier side, also add 2 teaspoons of chili powder. Give it a Lekka mix and let it fry for about 2 to 3 minutes until the spices are nice and fragrant. Now after about 3 minutes, you're gonna add 2 teaspoons of garlic and ginger paste and 3 teaspoons of seafood masala. Now mix that together lekker and then let it fry for again about 2 to 3 minutes, and then you're gonna add 1 packet of tomato paste. And then you can just mix that through again, maybe fry it for about a minute or so, and then you can add in about a cup and a half of water. When you're mixing the water in, make sure to try to get that bits off. Can you see those bits at the bottom of the pan there that's stuck to the pan? Try to get them off, because that's where the flavor is. Don't worry, it's not burnt or anything. That is where all the flavor is sitting. And the tomato paste will help deglaze that and make it come off easier. So now you're just gonna let this cook down until all the water is cooked off. You're not gonna rush this process. Let it cook nice and slow. And you can add 1 to 2 teaspoons of salt depending on your taste. So first add 1 teaspoon, give it a mix and then taste, and if you need more you can add some more. Now this is how you want it to cook down. All of the water is basically out and it's a nice thick paste. And remember, you don't want to rush this process. Let the water cook out nice and slow. And then you're going to add 1 can of coconut milk. Mix that through lekker, and then you're going to add in 2 to 3 teaspoons of sugar, white or brown, it doesn't matter. I do like mine on the sweeter side, so I always add about 3 teaspoons. But it's also very dependent on what you prefer. So I'd say first add about 2 teaspoons and then taste from there. After adding your sugar, let your sauce cook for about 5 to 10 minutes, just so that all the flavors can come together before adding your prawns, because the prawns cook really quick. And you don't want to cook it too long so that they overcook. After about 10 minutes of cooking the sauce, turn your heat down to medium to low. Then you can go ahead and add in your prawns. To finish off, add a squeeze of half a lemon, or you can add, if you don't have fresh lemon, you can add some lemon juice. But adding fresh lemon is always best. Now garnish with a generous amount of fresh coriander. Mix that through and your prawns are ready to serve and enjoy. I served mine 2 ways, with some jasmine rice and lekker flaky parathas.